everyone, I'm Morgan, and today I wanted to do a discussion about reading pace. My idea is that your reading pace can affect your enjoyment. I will explain, of course. I thought about this because I'm currently reading The Stand by Stephen King, and I'm not going to talk about the plot too much because that's not what I'm about today. Though if you want to watch a video about reading dystopian books at this time, I would recommend watching the one by Claudia at Spinster's Library, because I thought that was really interesting, because a lot of people, including me, are drawn to dystopian books right now with everything that is going on. So that is an experience, but the point is, I'm reading this 2 chapters a day, and I think this is really adding to my enjoyment of this book, because I'm not reading huge chunks of it all in one go. As I talked about in the big book stack, this is the biggest book I have on my TBR, and it will be the biggest book I have ever read once I finished it. It's more than 1,300 pages, so really long, and the biggest criticism that I've heard about this book over time is that it's a bit slow, mostly towards the middle. And I can still feel that even reading 2 chapters a day, but I feel it less, I think, because I read it slow rather than trying to binge it. So I feel like, in a way, we should match our reading pace to the pace of the book, if we can. That's not saying that you cannot binge a book that is written slowly, but I think you're not going to enjoy it as much, is my point. And another book I want to talk about, linked to this, is The Puppy War by R.F. Kuang, because I read this in 2018, I think it was, and I didn't enjoy it as much, though a lot of people love this book. And what I have noticed is that most of the people who have loved this book read it really quickly, because besides some issues that I had with the plot, my biggest problem with this book was the pacing, because the first third of this book is really fast and interesting, and then it really goes down, it's really slow, and then it comes back towards the end. And so I think that if you read this book fast, you have the momentum from the beginning of the book that helps you push through those slow parts until the end, and that's why people really enjoyed it, the ones who read it fast, I think. Whereas I read it as part of a read-along that was hosted at the time, around the time it came out, and so I was reading about 100 pages a week, and I had a lot of time to think about what was happening in each of the parts of the book. So when I got to the slow part of this book, towards the middle, I really did not want to pick this back up after a week, and that was my problem. Whereas I think that if I had read it all in one go or pretty quickly, I would not have had this issue. And so obviously, I think the books that you might have pacing issues with do have those issues regardless of the way you read them, but you might not notice them, and so you might enjoy them more if you match your reading pace to the book. And that's what I want to touch on today. So, I don't know, maybe try reading a book slower or faster, depending on the book, and see if this helps. But I think that has been really nice with The Stand, as I just said. So yeah, that's just something that I was thinking about, and yeah, that's all. Please tell me your thoughts about this if you think I'm right. Obviously I do, but it's my opinion, I guess. I would love to hear your opinion about this if you have any. But yeah, that's all for me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Dream I know, deep up my feelings for you.